welcome back to the Matt Chat Podcast with yours truly, Uncle P, Paulie P, Big Sexy, Buff Daddy, Cuzzy Frank, Frank Grizzly, the Handsome Man, the Camouflage Man, Baby Shay, the Heat Miser, the Red Man.
Fuck Shay.
That too, Peter Oberg, producer extraordinaire. We're back.
I don't know how much I like that one right there.
It is today the national holiday.
12/14.
It is 12/14.
12/14 is National Fuck Shay Day.
Which has become my new favorite holiday. I can tell you right now. Awesome.
He's blushing.
Oh, I am.
No,
I am.
that's his normal skin color. There's no blushing there whatsoever. So have you guys paid attention to this nonsense in Virginia?
Yeah, so actually that...
Well, remember, it's a couple things. It's the guns, and then there's the, let's make sure no one, and then there's the pussification of the state of Virginia.
Well, I want you to touch on that, but I think it's funny how mainly red state, which is now becoming...
Wait, are you saying that just to make fun of me?
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Where?
And it would be a red slipper.
And let's
There's
also...
no place like Shay. There's no place like Shay.
Oh, I like that.
There's no place like Shay.
I like that.
You look at the camera and stuff.
I'm looking at his hands. I have to look at his hands.
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm not
that
looking at
if you
anybody.
don't
I'm not
look, if
looking
you
at
don't
anybody
look there the whole time, you're getting physically
I'm not even making
assaulted.
eye contact,
Okay?
you guys. You know what? I'm not
That's
being
it.
disrespectful.
Fuck Shay Day. I want to see him hurt.
Just not
I want to
making
see
eye
him
contact.
hurt.
Yes,
I
yes.
refuse to make eye contact.
Okay, good. And don't leave out the fact that they just elected a governor who was a pedophile, and also was a convicted felon, where he actually had.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know about that either.
What are you talking about? Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. The governor of
Do
Virginia.
you expect that stuff in like a West Virginia?
Yeah, like
but not in Virginia.
He was actually he was convicted sexual predator felon, having sex with minors. Look it up. So you talk about the bizarre world, the crazy world of the state of Virginia. That's listen, it just goes 1, 2, and 3.
Which is not that she's from Virginia, but that was like during the presidential, when they're trying to impeach him. She like shit on his son Barron for no reason. Like really, you're attacking a little kid?
Yeah, that's crazy. And how the media didn't blow that up.
Grasping for straws, man. Grasping for straws. But the crazy thing, I know you had some stuff in Virginia as well, but I was, I forget his name. He's a big advocate for the Second Amendment. A black gentleman. Forgive me, I forget his name. But he was talking about how in Virginia they're trying to pass laws where if you have, anything that's considered assault, right?
They deem as an assault.
That they deem as an assault, which will be shotguns, pistols, rifles. They're going to classify like everything open-ended, so you have to constantly be asking yourself if the pieces on your weapon are part of that. And there's not going to be a grandfather clause. So if they pass this, they're basically doing gun confiscation.
That's crazy. They have to grandfather.
But how come we keep repealing shit and more people die? Like, when are we gonna go, hey, you know what? Experiment. Let's give everybody a gun.
How about this basic statistic? On opening day for hunting season, 33 million people had guns. How many mass shootings were there? None.
Yeah.
Because it ain't the legal gun users doing the bad stuff.
Well, the deer may
For the
have
most
a different
part.
opinion, though.
Oh, dude. We went into that. That was a whole nother podcast.
That isn't all.
Well, I think that to circle back, that state is not only starting or imparting this type of nonsense. There's also legislation there, and you can look it up, that they want to outlaw boxing, jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts. Okay, deemed as terrorist training.
Oh, yeah,
Terrorist
that's
training.
right. Yeah, no, they said, here's the other thing,
Terrorist
too.
training organization. So now we have domestic terrorists. They were deemed domestic terrorists because we train in martial
And
arts.
here's the law they're going
In
to pass.
Virginia.
Let's say you shoot weapons. Let's say you go to a place where a guy teaches you how to effectively shoot that weapon.
Yes.
And you do something, he can get in trouble.
Yeah. So they want to.
Oh, they're
Because
going
they're
to
deeming
start changing livelihoods
They're
now.
deeming that any. So no, what's going to happen is basically any kind of training that is giving a regular citizen, military, or any kind of edge against
Somebody
whatever
else.
parameters that they're putting up, they're going to deem it as
Well,
like
let me
terrorist.
ask you this: being a member and a strong supporter of the NRA, National Rifle Association, that I am, you have to go through all sorts of gun safety and training courses. So I guess,
They don't want that
There's a
because that
problem with
means
that,
that
too.
you actually know how to fucking use the gun.
And when
They
to
don't
use it,
want
more
that.
importantly.
They want the person who got the this is it's such a excuse my language, I'm gonna go out. It's such a fucking bullshit, stupid freaking topic and argument that we're having. Like like it's so obvious that there's an agenda that's hidden there.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean? Like what the, like Bloomberg? Fuck you.
The biggest hypocrite in the
Fuck
planet.
you. Fuck. Oh, and my favorite too is watching the commercial. Sorry, YouTube. Watching his commercials on fucking YouTube, and they're giving like all his touts. Small businessman. He had a rough upbringing from a middle class family and turned a small business into a multi-billion-dollar industry. 9/11, and they throw in 9/11. Well, you didn't fucking do shit for 9/11.
As a matter of fact, you try to keep Giuliani out of there when he should have been kept there.
But I love it.
To
They just
finish the job.
like they like that. Whoever is doing his
Bloomberg is a piece of shit.
dude.
I'm a Democrat. No, I'm a Republican. No, I'm an independent. No, now I'm a Democrat.
Hey, you guys can't have guns.
That tells a story, right?
You guys can't have guns, but I got like a
Freaking opportunist
20-man
is what he
security
is.
team that are fucking loaded with
He's a
everything.
freaking opportunist. That's the bottom. That's the bottom line. That as far as it goes.
Those anti-gun
But-
people do that all the time, but they all have security.
Well, that
Armed security.
And Bloomberg, he's a Democrat liberal piece of shit. Is what he is. First
Camera
of
on you,
all,
Paul. Say it again.
Bloomberg, you're a liberal Democrat snowflake piece of shit. Period. And you're a fucking hypocrite. Because what do you walk around with?
I don't think
you
he's
walk
either.
around with armed security.
He's
and
kidding.
what you did also was when you were leaving from being the mayor of New York, you hired all of those NYPD guys that were retiring as your personal security because HR 218 allows them to carry guns everywhere in the country.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, as retired law enforcement. So at the end of the day, you're a
But
hypocrite.
he's anti-gun.
He's anti-gun.
Yeah.
Did you not read his? Did you see his other thing he put out there about government? Oh yeah, I think it is okay for the government at times to impinge on your rights. We know better. He's quoted as saying it.
Literally saying that.
Yeah.
Literally saying
He's
that.
quoted as saying it. People who vote Democrat, you're out of your mind.
He's literally
he
telling
must,
you-
He must have forgot about
You're
the
out of your
American
mind.
Revolution.
No, he's literally-
He must have forgot about the American Revolution.
I hate the Democrats. I can't. Anyone that is a Democrat, I don't like you. You're a domestic terrorist.
He's literally
Period.
creating
End of story.
that separation.
That's how it works. You should be deported as a domestic terrorist.
Deported to Virginia.
Because the fact that, listen, but think
Let him
about
go
it.
to Virginia,
Go
exactly.
to Virginia. But the fact that you would sit there and you'd listen to Adam Shitbird Schiff, Nancy I'm Crazy Pelosi, okay, and the rest of them as having any sanity, regardless of what your political beliefs are.
How do you truly feel?
I think I'm pretty accurate about it. They lie. They are pissed. They're angry that Trump won the election. They can't get over it. And look who you were trying to get in office, the biggest piece of shit, Hillary Clinton, to walk the face of the earth. Have you noticed that anyone that attacks the Clintons ends up dead?
Yeah.
No.
They're not
No.
They're committing
Hey,
suicide.
nice knowing you guys.
And I know you guys. Oh, this is
I'm going to McDonald's.
Exactly. But the point being is, right, think about it.
It's possible to shoot yourself twice in the back of the head.
They'll put something out there, right? They'll put something out there. Such and such person was part of the email thing. Such and such person was part, and then boom, they're found dead.
Yeah.
You know, just like Epstein,
Shay's found
right? Epstein. What happened?
dead,
Oh, he
red.
killed himself. Now they're realizing he didn't kill himself. That there were COs in cahoots with the fact that he's putting this guy
Well,
down.
you know what they say about Epstein, right? He's like
No.
Christmas lights.
they
They don't hang themselves.
don't hang themselves. Right. Exactly. I get it, but like the Virginia thing, this is the base of this stuff.
But it's a huge military state too. Like I don't.
Dude, it's a good old boy state. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, because what I think you're seeing is people left California in droves because they didn't like some of the changes that they made.
Right.
But then they go to places like Texas and Virginia, and then they're putting.
Trying to make-
then they go and vote for the same fucking people who have the same changes that they made in California. They're now going to try to make in those states. It's just kind of like you're doing it. You can't move from one place to the next and do the same thing and expect different results. There's a word for that.
Called crazy.
It's called fucking insanity.
Right.
I
But
just
think about this, not to cut you off. The media runs all this nonsense. The impeachment hearings, which are nonsense. And Trump's approval rating went up 4 more points.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The GOP is the richest. It's big. And God help it. That they are.
Let them keep.
You've created.
They're gonna elect him.
No, it's getting elected. He's getting elected.
He's getting
No,
elected.
no,
He's
but
getting
the
elected.
Democrats are gonna get him elected.
But
is what
he's
I'm
getting
saying.
elected even if they, no matter what they do, they're helping the cause.
Absolutely.
Here's my
So that's my
problem,
point. So you basically you have created fundraising for the man because you're pissing the American people off. They don't agree with you. They're not on your side. And because you have the liberal media controlled by knuckleheads like you think that's the case. It's not. The numbers don't lie. You can complain and you could pound your chest
You
and
can pretend.
pound your
All
chest
you
all you
want.
want. But he's raised more money for his re-election campaign than ever before since it started.
Yep.
And he was having no problems with that before it started. So is that a fantasy?
My biggest issue is this. Just like with the election, everybody, when you talked about it in public, you didn't get the vibe that people wanted this guy to be president. And obviously after election, you realize, like, holy shit, a lot of people who may not have said XYZ in public wound up voting for this guy. But
Somebody did, that's
But
for
hang
sure,
on,
yeah.
we're at a point where honestly, I'm disappointed in a lot of people that do believe in what he believes in, etc. Because they're not fucking speaking up. Like, a silent minority is speaking loud and loud and louder and doing, they're doing
the silent
this
majority.
and the silent majority is not fucking saying I'm sorry, you're the problem because you're keeping your fucking mouth closed. When good men don't speak up, it allows bad men to do whatever the fuck they want. And I just it's gonna get to the point where there's regulations, there's laws, there's things that are going through that are being changed because people are thinking, well, I put my guy in, he's gonna take care of everything.
Yep.
It's not enough.
Not enough.
It's not enough.
Not anymore.
If you're a gun owner, right, we're fucking losing the battle. If you don't think so, you're out of your mind. Think about what you were able to have 20 years ago. Think about what you're able to have now. Think about where it's going to be in 20 years. I'm scared if I'm going to even be able to have a weapon anymore. Like, I
want to own a tank.
2 days ago, one of my coworkers had someone that she knew in high school, okay? The kids were in the house, the boyfriend was there. The boyfriend wanted to smoke cigarettes in the house. I guess the girlfriend was like, no, you got to do it outside. Some kind of argument ensued. This kid has a weapon that's not his, brought it to the house, shot the brother in the leg, shot the sister in the chest, walked back over to the brother, put a bullet in his fucking chest, then went into the bathroom and blew his brains out. That's a gun problem? That's a gun problem? That kid's not mentally fucked in the head?
See, if I had my tank, that wouldn't be an issue.
Dude, I get it. I can't even laugh about it, Shay, because it's not a joke. It's not.
Yes, Shay.
You got fucking 4 kids. You got a little girl.
Yeah, but I have a lot of guns, so anybody come. And my dog.
Right now you do. Right now you do. Sorry, buddy, you got to pass those over. New law.
I also have dogs that'll bite your face off.
And you got guns. What about when your daughter's by herself?
She's gonna get a gun.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I know. I get it.
I'm the same mentality I have towards a bully. You want to stop a bully? Punch him in the fucking mouth. You want to stop somebody from robbing you? Pull your fucking gun out on them.
Yeah.
Because
That stops.
people. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
People are less likely to commit crimes when they're shot.
Well, because when people see an easy target, they're going to take advantage of that confidence.
Of course.
Right? Just like these people who are going to like Target and Kohl's and all these other grocery stores that mothers with little kids are walking around, and they're able to walk around without fucking impunity, snatching up moms and kids and then put them into the fucking sex trade.
Yeah.
Well, that's also part of it too is, again, on top of the war against the Second Amendment, look at what's happening in the courts now, where you have these predators, these criminals, these felons who rob people, or and they're breaking into people's homes and they're shot for it, and they're trying to press charges, or you got lawyers that actually are filing cases against the homeowners for protecting their property.
That's crazy.
Which violates the Castle
dirtbags.
Doctrine. Yeah, and even think about they're doing it with police. Think about they're gonna sue the police, for doing their job. You know what I mean? Like, are you crazy?
Well, you
you
can't
shot
even
at a
be
cop.
insane.
You can't
and
even be a
because he
cop in
shot
New York
back,
anymore.
Yeah.
And he hit you. Now you're suing him, and the fact that you attorneys out there that take those cases, obviously you're liberal scum. But the reality of it is, guess what? It goes to what he's saying. It's an attack all around.
Yeah.
They're trying to attack it even in the most bizarre and incredible circumstances you would never fathom in a million years.
We keep picking up big boulders, right? And we think, oh, this is great. So we see the big boulder and we go, oh, we have more on
We're
our
okay,
side.
we're okay.
But they're just sitting there chipping every fucking
And there's a bunch
day.
of them chipping.
And you don't realize how much more is getting done on that side.
Well, it goes, listen,
And hey, good for you. At least I tip my hat off to you. At least you're getting it fucking done. You know, but people who have the same views as me, you got to take a page out of their book. Like, that's one of the things that I said that I love most about Trump is Trump has, and I have there's things I like, there's things I don't like, but he's made people get fucking involved
Yep.
in politics. We are, as a society, are more involved in politics the past 4 years, maybe even, dare I say, 8 years, than we ever have been before. And you need to be like, get involved in your local government, get involved in elections and etc. If you're not, shut the fuck up, because you're part of the
If
problem.
you're not doing something about it, then shut
and going
up.
on social media and ranting and raving about it is doing nothing.
No, it's not but I'm creating awareness. Fuck your
You're not,
awareness.
man.
You're not.
You're not
All
creating
you're doing
awareness.
is being a
Just giving
cunt.
people a baby.
Excuse my language again. On social media.
Because it's easier.
Yeah, sorry.
But you give great hands. Just so you know,
It's
they're filming your hands.
it's not me. It's the DNA and the Italian. Man, I just, it's scary. Like, even with Mexico, Mexico's blatantly saying we're not going to allow the United States
Okay.
government. We're not
All
going to
right.
allow the United States government to do
Attack
any
the
kind
cartels.
of military action against the cartel.
Okay.
If that doesn't tell you that they're fucking involved inside with them.
Yeah.
Mexico's so fucking crooked. Tell me about how we shouldn't have a fucking wall. Tell me about how they're sending their bests. Like, no doubt, dude, the mothers, I have friends that I met when I was down in Texas. The kid came over, the parents had $1 and a fucking dream. The kid's the first one in their family to graduate high school. But that father's not walking around like, Viva la Mexico. He's like, I'm Mexican, but I'm American.
Yeah, I'm an American.
Just the way I was taught. You're Italian, but I'm fucking American.
American.
Like, and it's just like, if it was so many people coming from socialist countries, it's funny how they're not the ones complaining about how they want socialism in the United States.
Nope.
It's amazing.
Because they know what it's all about.
It's amazing. Go find a Brazilian. Go fucking get someone from Hong Kong. Venezuela. Well, if you could even get him in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, dude, and I get it. This goes deeper. Like, I know the CIA probably, or we have factions within the United States where we've put political leaders in power just to take them down, or we put political leaders in power and it didn't work out the way that we want. But man, like, some of the things that are happening, to have the delusion that South America, Central America are all funneling up through this one country and walking across without problems, and you think that we're just going to stand idly by? Like, there's people on the border who literally see this shit every day, and they have a militia that they walk around and cover their spot because they know how bad it really is.
Yep.
Listen, it's
Take a look at Europe. Look what's going on with Europe, too.
Well, open borders ruined
They
it.
ruined it.
But it's simplistic as this. If you remember in World War II, they asked the Japanese, it was the Japanese general, I forgot who it was, and he's like, well, we would never invade the mainland of the United States because behind every blade of grass would be a gun.
Got it.
So the moral of the story is, even though we have this internal issue with these people, and I'm not trying to be, to be maybe, a conspiracy theorist or to make this bigger than it might be, but I can tell you that our country has a history of uprising. So what happens is it's built on it. So what happens is if you keep poking the bears and you try to infringe on the rights and the God-given rights and the constitutional rights that made the country what it is, you're going to have every one of those blades of grass push back on you. And you will not win. You will not win because guess what? Those 30 million hunters you were talking about all become soldiers.
Yeah, they do.
Okay? And all those, legal gun owners all become soldiers. All the people that have constitutional carry rights all become soldiers. You know what I mean? Anyone that has, like, we have a right to bear arms in this country. And
For a reason.
The main reason is this, so that we could fight back against a tyrannical government.
Period.
End of story.
Period.
It wasn't for hunting. Right. It wasn't for sport. It wasn't for, hey,
But hang on, Paul. Yeah. Hang on, Paul. But they weren't using military weapons. They were using muskets. Oh, wait, that's right. They used muskets in the fucking war. You know what I'm saying?
Well, remember, last time I checked, a 50 caliber octagon barrel musket was an assault rifle because that's all they had back then.
Right.
So that's what they fought with.
and let me be clear. I'm a centrist, if you will. I'm a big believer in less government. Fucking live, do your thing. As long as it's not hurting, affecting anybody else in a negative way or something like that, do you.
That's right.
But we keep going down.
But let
this
us do us.
But hang on, we keep going down this road that like guns are the fucking problem. I don't know if you've been paying attention over the decades. We keep restricting them more and more, and more deaths are happening.
That's right.
At what point are you going to realize, like, hey, it's not working, but they keep pushing this agenda? Maybe it's not really about stopping the shootings. Maybe it's really about disarming the populace. Like, wake the fuck up.
That's right.
Like, dude, George Orwell, read your fucking books. 1984, read Animal Farm. I mean, they've been talking about this before time's time. Like, this is the story. This is the story. And if you're not putting yourself in a position to be self-sufficient and protect yourself, you're relying on somebody else. And I don't know about you. I'd rather have the gun in my hand than wait 5 minutes for a police officer to show up.
Yep.
And not to say anything about police officers. I love you guys, but I mean, I'm the first line of defense. I'm the first line of defense.
In
not you.
closing, if you notice, most states that have where everyone is carrying a firearm has the lowest crime rates.
No shit.
Period.
Exactly.
Because you know why? There's accountability.
No shit.
So with that, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Make sure you donate and join the NRA. This is the Matt Chat Podcast. Paul Ciotto, Frank Ciotto, Christopher Shea, Peter Oberk. Do it.
Yeah.